think about your dream vacation? Does it include incredible scenery, wildlife sightings, great food, wonderful company? Those are all the things that my husband Galen and I and our friends John and Suzanne wanted on our dream vacation, and we found it all in Alaska. Back in January, my husband and I decided we wanted to go on this trip, and we invited John and Suzanne to join us. We went out and picked up several catalogs, including this one from Princess Cruise Lines. After doing our research, we chose a 5-day connoisseur land tour, followed by a 7-day cruise. The reason we chose Princess is because they took care of everything. All we had to do was sit back and enjoy ourselves. We arrived in Anchorage on August 2nd, very late, and got checked into our hotel, and then the next day we got to go on a tour of the city and visit a museum. The day after that, we boarded a bus and traveled about 3 hours to Mount McKinley Princess Lodge. Mount McKinley is the highest peak in North America at 20,320 feet. Because it's so high in its northern climate, it creates its own weather pattern, so a lot of times it's completely shrouded in clouds. We were lucky enough to be part of the 30% club where we got to see the mountain, and we actually got to see it 4 times on our trip. The next day, we took a train to Denali Princess Lodge. That night, we attended a musical dinner theater where we enjoyed a wonderful dinner and learned more about the area and the early explorers. The day after that, we got to board a bus for the Wilderness Tundra Tour into the 6-million-acre Denali National Park. On the tour, we saw bears, a mama moose and her calf, caribou, and Dall sheep. And every step of the way was just the most beautiful, incredible scenery you can imagine. The next day, we boarded a train to Whittier, where we embarked on the Island Princess cruise ship. The first day we spent cruising the Hubbard Glacier, and the second day we spent cruising the Glacier Bay National Park. It was incredible to get to hear and see the glaciers calving, which means they were breaking off into the ocean after their long journey. The next day we woke up in Skagway, and we got to enjoy the Liarsville experience. Liarsville is where the gold rush started in the 1890s. We did pan for gold, found a little bit, but unfortunately not enough to make us rich. The next day, we were in Juneau, which is the capital of Alaska. We toured a history museum and got to go visit Mendenhall Glacier. The day after that, we were in Ketchikan. That was the only day we didn't have very good weather, but we were prepared as August is the rainy season in Alaska, and we had all of our rain gear. The guys went salmon fishing, caught their limit, and we got to have it smoked and sent back to us. We've been enjoying that salmon ever since. Suzanne and I went to Totem Bite State Park. That's where many of the native tribes have their totem poles displayed. We also got to enjoy a lumberjack show. The next day was a day at sea, cruising the Inside Passage. Again, every step of this trip was incredible scenery, and during the whole part of the cruise, we saw whales, sea otters, and porpoises. We disembarked in Vancouver, British Columbia. We rented a car and drove to Seattle, where we flew out the next day. We were very sad for our adventure to end. I highly recommend Princess Cruise Lines for an Alaskan vacation. It was a vacation of a lifetime, and while we thought it was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip, we can't wait to go back. I hope you all have the chance to go to Alaska someday. Thank you.